Okay, and we'll go ahead and start with quick announcements while we wait for Mr. Jarvis. Quick announcements signify with a reaction button. Nobody has, Attorney Alberto Barbosa.
Good morning, Judge. I'm here on number 3 on the court's docket.
Okay, CR 1916006-I, State of Texas versus Jacqueline Blancas. What is your announcement, Counselor?
Judge, we're just asking for a little bit more time on this case. We did file for a motion to consider modifying her bond for the breathalyzer, Your Honor. We had made the announcement last time we had court. That was the main issue why we set the status for today. I believe the court needed to get her records to make sure she hadn't missed or had any issues with the breathalyzer to make a ruling on that, Judge. So that was our main issue for today.
Okay, Ms. Soto, do you have a report on Ms. Blancas?
Yes, Judge, she does have her interlock with Guardian Interlock, Judge, and she hasn't had any violations, Judge. She's in compliance.
And how long has she been on that device, Mr. Barbosa?
It's been over a year, Judge, from her arrest. I believe was in 2019 October. So it's been since then, Judge.
Okay, so Mr. Barbosa, it's my understanding due to the nature of her offense that she's statutorily required to have a device. So do you have anything for me that states I have discretion as to whether or not to have her on a device?
Judge, you know, our main concern is because of the coronavirus. It's been longer than her constitutional rights for a speedy trial or anything like that, Your Honor. So we would just ask the court for any consideration on that point. And our main issue, Judge, is she has no problem with the device. It's just the financial burden on her. She's a single mom, Judge. She's not getting any child support. She's supporting 2 kids on her own. And she's been paying, you know, north of $100 for over a year for this device, Judge. She's had no issues. She has no priors. She's not been arrested since, Judge. So we would just ask the court for consideration on that.
And Mr. Barbosa, what is it that you're going to do on this case? Are you...
Well, Judge, we're still talking about that, Your Honor. We did discuss a PTD. You know, she's wary about that because, again, she would have the device for probably a year on that. But I'm going to reach out to the state to see if maybe there's something we can do for lesser probation, something like that. She did talk about maybe fighting the charges, Judge, but you know, there's some issues there that we're just still discussing. So we're just asking for a little bit of time, Judge, on that, just so we can kind of clarify what's her best option.
Let me hear from the state.
Your Honor, due to it being a DWI with a BAC above a 0.15, the state is opposed to the device removal. But however, as a bond condition, Judge, it is to your discretion whether the defendant remain with the device. And
Mr. Barbosa, wait, can you let me know, Ms. Guarena, does it look like she's PTD eligible?
She is, Your Honor. I think that's the route that we were going, but since defense counsel's announcement, there might be some changes with that, but that was our understanding.
That's correct, Judge. And I just need to explain it a little bit better to my client, Judge. You know, her main worry is because the device is required on a PTD for a long time, I think for about a year. She's wary on that part, Judge, but I can get with the state to see what other options we have.
Well, I think that it can be done for half the time. Is that correct, Ms. Guarena?
On PPD, Judge, I believe they're going to have the device for the remainder of the program. While on probation, then yes, it would be half the time of probation.
Okay, so
that's correct, Judge. So I know for my clients, a lot of times for the PTD, it is longer than what they would get with regular probation. So I just want to have her weigh her options on you know, whether straight probation might be better for her in this case, Judge.
Okay, and I understand that. Okay, so if I remove her because she's had 0 violations, and I understand the financial responsibility that she's been having and the burden that it is because of her situation, but the point is she's still going to have to get back on it, whether she's on PTD or whether she's on straight probation.
Yes, Judge.
You know what I mean?
Yes, Judge.
And if I were her, I would prefer PTD because, you know, at the end she'll get that dismissed versus you know, probation where she'll have a straight conviction, you know.
Yes,
so
sure.
And it doesn't make any sense to me to have her get taken off, like I said, and then place her back on, because I'm going to place her back on whether it's on the pretrial diversion program, or I'm going to place her on it whether it's on probation.
Yes,
so, are you hearing me, Ms. Blancas?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so your financial responsibility for this device isn't going to go away. So I can understand, although I appreciate the fact that you have 0 violations, and I appreciate your situation. In other words, I understand it because it is a financial burden, and you have been on it longer than normal due to the circumstances. But you need to do something with this, Mr. Barbosa.
Yes.
So,
Yes, Judge.
she either needs to apply for it, or she needs to go for the probation, or you can file your motion to suppress, or she can choose to have a bench trial if you want it faster. But I think if she would have done one of those things prior to fighting it longer to get the device off, she probably would have already been off this program. She would have completed it. So, you need to pick and choose your battles more wisely, Ms. Blanca. So, what do you want to do? I don't have a problem taking her off.
If we
Because
could get, I don't know if the court's available in maybe 2 weeks, Judge, just so I can have a really good conversation with Ms. Blancas to really lay down all of our options. I don't know if the court's available. Maybe I know July is a little bit tough with vacation time. So whatever we have, just a short reset, Your Honor, and so that way we can decide once and for all what's the best option for Ms. Blancas in this case, Judge.
the earliest I have is July 1st or July 22nd.
I'm okay with July 1st, Your Honor. That'll just give me time to at least sit down and discuss everything with Ms. Blancas and go through all of our options, lay all of our cards on the table and say, okay, what do you want to do?
And Your Honor, if I may inform defense counsel, that we also could do deferred. She's eligible for deferred, and that would allow us to do half the time of the device while on deferred.
There you have it.
So that is another option.
Okay, well, I think Mr. Barbosa's screen froze. So, Ms. Blancas, I'm gonna give you an opportunity to discuss those 3 options.
Okay.
Well, you have more options, really. And, the fact that you have 0 violations, I normally wouldn't have had a problem taking you off, but it doesn't make any sense to me. You know what I mean? Because I'm going to take you off and then I'm going to place you back on.
Okay. I actually have no idea how all this works, but
yeah.
Yeah.
So now that you know that you're also eligible for deferment, then
Okay.
Mr. Barbosa can also speak to you about that.
Oh,
So I'm going to have you come back on July the 1st at 9:30 and you tell me what you want to do.
That'll be perfect, Judge. Let me reach out to the state and then I'll reach out to my client.
Okay, anything else?
That's all I have, Judge. May I be excused?
You certainly may.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Judge.
Thank you. Attorney Austin Oxford?
Good morning, Your Honor. I've got I believe it's number 24 on your docket, State of Texas versus Elizabeth Vargas.
I apologize. I do need to take a quick break. I do have an emergency that I've been dealing with.
Okay, that's absolutely no problem, Judge.
Okay, we're back on the record. I apologize for that. Go ahead and continue.
Judge, I believe it's number 24 on the court's criminal docket, State of Texas versus Elizabeth Vargas. It is CR 20-07260E. Judge, we're just asking for a little bit more time on that so we can continue negotiations with the state.
Okay, and is Ms. Vargas on?
I do see her. I see her name on there. She's on mute and she is not. The video's not on. Elizabeth, if you could unmute yourself and start the video.
Ms. Vargas, if you can
Yes,
please.
ma'am, I'm right here.
Okay. So, Mr. Oxford, I had granted the more time at her first status. And so this will be her second status.
That's correct, Judge. I believe there's still some discovery that we're missing. If
Okay.
I apologize if I'm misspeaking, but Judge, I do believe that this is a case that's going to be able to be resolved without having to go to a trial.
Okay, so are you going to resolve it via a plea or?
It's either going to be a plea or some form of ADR, PTD, deferred, or a plea of some sort, Judge. But I do think that's the route that we're looking at. So I do think that it's something that we're going to be able to get resolved without a trial.
Okay, what's the announcement from the state?
Judge, we reached out to the victim on this one. She still wants to press charges against the defendant, and she, for the time being, she requested the defendant have no harmful contact with her. And for the defense counsel, we emailed discovery back in April 28th.
Okay.
You could check if you got it.
Okay, now is this, what are Ms. Vargas's options? Is she PTD eligible? What is she eligible for?
From what I see, on.
The PTD eligible.
Okay, so she's eligible for PTD and that's what she's gonna do, then I expect before the next setting that she apply for that. Okay? If that is what
Understood.
she's gonna do.
Understood, Judge.
Okay. I can give you until August the 17th.
August 17th. Noted, Judge.
Okay, and I'm gonna put her for placement because they're telling me she's PTD eligible. So I'm expecting that the packet will be turned in. Now, if she has problems with payments or something, then just make that announcement and we can reset you. But I'm not gonna reset for a fact that the packet wasn't turned in on time.
As soon as I'm done with my hearings this morning, Judge, I'll give Ms. Vargas a call.
Okay, so I'm gonna reset you, Ms. Vargas, to August the 17th at 1:30. Please make sure that you stay in close contact with your attorney. He will need your assistance in filling out that paperwork, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Okay, so we'll see you August 17th at 1:30, Mr. Oxford.
That's all I have, Judge. May me and my client be excused.
You certainly may, sir.
Thank you, Judge. Have a good day.
Likewise. Attorney Eric Jarvis?
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning.
We have numbers 4 and 5, Rebecca Chapa.
Okay, that is CR 21-01232-I and CR 21-01233-I. The State of Texas versus Rebecca Sarai Chapa. Is Ms. Chapa on?
Yes, ma'am, I am.
Okay, and I understand that we have victim testimony on this case?
Yes, Your Honor, that's correct for both
Okay.
cases.
And what are the names of the victims?
On number 4, Your Honor, the victim's name is Claudia Chapa, and on number 5, it's Maritza Chapa.
Okay, and is Claudia Chapa on the screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and is Maritza Chapa on the screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so are we ready to proceed?
Yes, Your Honor, the state is ready to proceed.
Okay, Ms. Claudia Chapa and Ms. Maritza Chapa, please raise your right hand. Do you swear that the testimony that you are about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? Ms. Claudia Chapa. Ms. Maritza, okay, you're on mute, ma'am. Claudia, you're on mute.
I do. I'm so sorry.
Okay, Ms. Maritza Chapa.
I do.
Okay, you can lower your hand. Okay, Ms. Guarenia, you may begin.
Thank you, Your Honor. I'll begin with Ms. Claudia Chapa on CR 21-01232-I. Ms. Chapa, could you tell us what your relationship is with the defendant?
Yes, she's my younger sister.
Do you currently live in the same household?
No, I do not.
And on the day of the offense of October the 3rd of 2020, were there any violent acts involved?
No, there were not.
The defendant did not kick you on that time?
No,
You did not suffer any injuries?
no,
And you did not experience any pain or discomfort?
no,
Is there a history of violence in your relationship?
no,
Are you concerned about any future violent acts?
no.
And did you provide to the district attorney's office a statement stating that you didn't wish to press the charges?
Yes, I did.
And did you write that statement out of your own free will?
Yeah, I did.
Nobody promised you anything or threatened you any way to provide that statement?
No,
And at this time, is it your wish to drop the charges against the defendant?
Yes, it is.
And you understand that by dropping those charges, this case cannot be reopened in the future.
I do.
However, you do understand that if another incident were to occur, you can open a new case.
Okay.
Your Honor, the state passes the witness.
Okay, any questions, Mr. Jarvis?
We don't have any questions, Your Honor.
Okay, and with Miss Maritza Chapa?
Yes, Your Honor, that case is CR 21-01233-I. Ms. Maritza Chapa, what is your relationship with the defendant?
I'm her mother.
And do you live in the same household?
No, ma'am.
And on the day of the offense of October 3rd, 2020, were there any violent acts involved?
No.
The defendant did not kick you,
No.
and you did not fall down the flight of stairs.
No.
You didn't experience any pain or discomfort on that day.
No.
Is there a history of violence in your relationship with the defendant?
No.
Are you concerned about any future violent acts?
No.
And do you have an appointment with the district attorney's office to come and sign an affidavit of non-prosecution?
Yes, tomorrow.
And will you be signing that affidavit out of your own free will?
Yes.
No one has threatened you or promised you anything in order for you to sign the affidavit?
No.
And at this time, is it your wish to drop the charges against the defendant?
Yes.
You do understand that by dropping these charges, this case cannot be reopened in the future.
Yes.
However, you also understand that if another incident were to occur, you can open a new case.
Okay.
Your Honor, the state passes the witness.
Any questions of the witness, Mr. Jarvis?
No questions, Your Honor.
Okay. So, Ms. Claudia Chapa, no one forced you to testify that you want to drop the charges against your little sister?
No, ma'am.
And Ms. Maritza Chapa, were you forced by anyone to drop the charges against your daughter?
No.
Okay. The court will take your testimony as true, Ms. Claudia Chapa and Ms. Maritza Chapa, and will accept your victim testimony and will allow the case to be dismissed against Rebecca Chapa on CR 21-01232-I and CR 21-01233-I. So that'll be done administratively. I'll set a tickler for July the 9th to make sure that that's been forwarded to my queue, Ms. Guadagna.
Thank you, Your Honor. And just for the record, I did inform defense counsel all that would be pending was the anger management course and just a proof of employment, or if the defendant is currently enrolled in school, then we can go ahead and file the dismissal.
How long does Ms. Chapa need to do her anger management class?
It's an online course, Your Honor. I'm not requiring any certain amount of time. So any course that she may find is I need to be provided with the anger management certificate.
Okay, Mr. Jarvis, however, do that before July the 9th so that when my tickler comes up, I can
We'll
dismiss
have
it if it's been done.
Yes, ma'am. We'll do that ASAP.
Okay, Ms. Chapa, please get the information from your attorney and get that done immediately so that I'm able to dismiss it when it comes through, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
And also are you enrolled in school right now or were you in school?
I'm doing my certification for personal training. So it's a national online school.
Okay, well, if you can just let them know about that. Are you also working at this time or are you just going to school?
Yes, ma'am. I'm a server at Papado.
Okay, so if you can just provide also proof of employment, ma'am.
Yeah, I already emailed the lawyer that.
Okay, perfect. All right, well then, good luck to you and good luck to the Chapa family, okay?
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay, Judge Terry Palacios? Mr. Palacios? Okay, Attorney Hector Bustos?
Good morning, Judge. Judge, I have number 21 and 22 on your criminal docket, State of Texas versus Kayar Tarek Roberts.
Okay, sir. And is your client on?
Yes, I believe he is, Judge. I saw him earlier.
Okay,
He
the
was
court, okay,
he's
the
wearing a
court, yes,
maroon shirt, I believe, or a red shirt.
yes, sir. He has his name on, I just found him. CR 20-06637-I and CR 20-06638-I. Okay, so what is your announcement, Counselor?
Judge, there's two announcements, Judge. One, Judge, we'd ask the court to recall any nice that was granted against him. There was an error on my behalf, Judge, in regards to giving him the right date, Judge, at the Zoom information, Judge. And if the court could send us over plea documents, Judge, so we could take care of this case and be put on the plea schedule.
Okay, any objection from the state?
No objection from the state judge. The defendant is PT eligible for the two cases.
Okay, the court will recall any nice that are outstanding against Mr. Roberts. Mr. Bustos, I'm not sure if you heard that, but he is PTD eligible, sir.
Yes, Judge. Would that be for the POM PTD, Judge, or the regular PTD, Judge?
That will be the regular PTD because he has both.
Okay. Well, I think that given his time constraints and his urgent need to get back to work, we'd ask the state if they could at least offer some type of deferred, Judge, and possibly dismiss one of the cases.
That is also an option, Your Honor. We'll be in contact with defense counsel offering that recommendation, and we can provide the plea documents as well for that.
And how much time would you need for that?
Your Honor, we could provide it by the end of today.
Okay, so then, Mr. Bustos, do you want a quick setting July 1st or July 22nd?
July 1st, Judge. The quicker the better, Judge.
Okay, so we'll return on July 1st at 1:30, sir.
Thank you, Judge. May I be excused, Your Honor?
You certainly may. Okay, Judge Palacios?
Good morning. Sorry about that, Judge. I was having some technical difficulties. I got number 19 and 20 on your docket, Judge.
Okay, sir.
Number 19, Matthew Oliva, he's on the screen, Judge, at CR 18-04-6542H. Judge, I'm still working on PTD that was denied. I haven't been able to get to the DA's office, Dr. Mr. Gonzalez or Mr. Viescas in reference to this, Judge.
Okay.
So I'm asking for a bit more time, about 30 days if possible, Judge.
Okay, Mr. Oliva, can you please turn your camera on, sir?
I'm here. I'm present, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. Okay, sir, so then you'll be visiting with the DA's office for reconsideration?
That's correct, Judge.
Okay. If you can also follow up by sending Ms. Lozano an email stating that you want reconsideration, and I can put you back on July 22nd if you'd like.
July 22nd will be fine, Judge.
Okay, so do you want a second status at that time?
Please, Your Honor.
Okay, July 22nd at 9:30. Anything from the state on that?
No, Judge. Not on that one, Judge.
Okay, then Mr. Oliva, we'll see you back here on July 22nd at 9:30, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor. May I be excused?
Yes, you may. Okay, CR 21-00511-I, State of Texas versus Pablo Puga. Is Mr. Puga present?
Yes, President. There's some on the screen.
Yes, Your Honor, I'm right here.
Okay, and what is your announcement, Counselor?
Judge, this is an ADR that's been approved. It's on PTD that's been approved. I want to see if I could get an ADR on him, Judge. He's a first-time offender, and because of his work schedule, I want to see if we can get him an ADR. So I'm asking for the same day, Judge, if possible, July 22nd.
Okay, and Ms. Soto, have you been receiving the reports on Mr. Puga?
Yes, Judge, he does have his mobile device with SmartSight, Judge. I did run his report from June 5th to June the 23rd, and he did have 3 missed tests. On 2 of those missed tests, Judge, he did send me an email that he had taken some medicine, fell asleep, and he had left his device in his vehicle.
And those missed tests, were they all on one day or on separate occasions?
It was on June the 5th, he missed at 10 p.m. to midnight, and then June the 6th, he missed at 6 a.m. to 8 a.m., Judge. And then the 3rd test was missed on June the 17th. He missed the 6 to 8 p.m., Judge.
Mr. Puga, you had been doing very well, sir. You had 0 violations. You cannot be missing any tests, so this will be your first and final warning, sir.
Yes, sir.
Because if you are placed on ADR or PTD, you can't have any missed tests. You can't have any skip tests, or else they can file for you to be removed from those programs, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Palacios, just go ahead and admonish your client, please, about not missing any tests. And we'll see you back here on July 22nd at 9:30, sir.
Your Honor, I apologize. I also wanted to bring up the defendant did provide an email to the probation office stating that he will be attending medical school in Dallas in a few weeks. I just wanted to bring that to the court's attention as well.
Okay. When will you be taking off, Mr. Puga?
I actually just got here this morning, Your Honor.
Okay. Well, we'll still be via Zoom and hopefully we can get it taken care of as soon as possible.
And that's why we're asking for an ADR, Judge.
Okay.
Thank you, Judge. That's all I have. May I be excused?
Okay.
Have a
Yes,
good
you
day.
may.
Thank you.
Okay. Attorney Fabian Guerrero?
Morning, Judge. I'm here on number, let me see here, 12 and 13 of the court's docket, from what the indication shows, Mr. Luis Enrique Lira.
Okay, and is Mr. Lira present?
Yes, Judge, he's in my office and he should be appearing on that screen.
Yes, ma'am, I'm here.
Okay, sir. That is CR 19-10500-I and CR 19-10501-I, the state of Texas versus Luis Enrique Lira.
Judge, on Mr. Lira's case, we do have a recommendation by the state. We haven't received any discovery on either of the cases. That at least get some discovery and then I can advise my client accordingly.
Okay, so the state still hasn't provided you the discovery?
I haven't received it.
Okay, can you check, Ms. Guareña, Mr. Wind? Was the motion filed requesting it?
We don't see one from defense counsel on specifically. We saw one from his predecessor.
I substituted out and I mean, we didn't forego the motions that were filed by the predecessor.
Correct. If the motion was filed by prior counsel, they're filed, which means that now you send it to the new attorney that's on the case. So
Yes.
has that been sent to Mr. Guerrero?
It has not, Your Honor. I do see the previous 39.14 request. We did notify our discovery admin. We'll follow up with her again today and make sure that's sent out today as well.
Okay.
Thank you, Judge.
So, Mr. Guerrero, how much time will you need to review the discovery and the recommendation that they sent you?
Once we get the discovery, we could just have, I guess, 30 days from today to make sure I got it and I got a chance to review it.
I have July 22nd.
July 22nd would work. Thank you very much.
Okay, do you want that for status or do you want me to set that up for a plea?
Can we have it for status, Judge?
July 22nd at 9:30.
Thank you, Your Honor. May we be excused?
You certainly may. Mr. Lira, we'll see you at that time.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Okay, Attorney Ted Lopez.
Good morning, Judge.
Good morning, sir.
Your Honor, I have, I believe it's number 11, State versus Edson Gonzalez.
Okay, and is Mr. Gonzalez present?
He is, Your Honor, it is under Usuario de Zoom.
Okay, and is Mr. Gonzalez a Spanish speaker or an English speaker?
He's Spanish speaker, Your Honor.
Okay. Ms. Castaneda, please ask Mr. Gonzalez if he can hear us.
Mr. Gonzalez, ¿nos escucha?
Sí, aquí estoy.
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, and that is CR 18-03732-I, the state of Texas versus Edson Gonzalez. And what is your announcement, counselor?
Your Honor, in this case, Judge, I'm requesting some more time, Judge. I know it's been pending for some time. I had filed a motion to suppress. However, I may not have yet. However, any kind of plea, Judge, would affect Mr. Gonzalez's status. Judge, he is here, I believe, with a work visa, and I know he has a residency permission. He does have federal court that has pretty much informed him that pleading to this will affect him, Judge. So I'm going to see if I can discuss this with the DAs, Your Honor, if there's another way we can move forward without a plea, Judge, or without, if not, then I'd have to file or request a suppression at that point, Your Honor, if he's rejected.
Okay, any announcement from the state?
Your Honor, we did want to bring up the defendant's device. He has an ignition interlock, Your Honor, but there has been no alcohol violations, but there's only been 17 engine starts. So our concern is, is the defendant working? What vehicle is he driving? And at this time, the state would ask for him to switch to a mobile device, as this is his DWI second.
Okay, Ms. Castaneda, ask Mr. Gonzalez if he's currently employed.
Mr. González, ¿está usted trabajando ahorita?
Sí, trabajo por mi cuenta en construcción.
I work on my own in construction.
And ask him what vehicle does he use to drive to that job.
¿Y qué vehículo usa usted para su trabajo?
Pues estaba usando el mío, de meses atrás se me descompuso la troca, una Dually 2008.
I was using my truck. It's a Dually 2008 until it broke down.
Okay, and Ms. Wedenia, when was he placed on the device? Do you see that? Or Ms. Soto?
Judge, the date of install was July the 29th of 2019. And it is on a 2008 Ford truck. Also, he has not gone in for service, could be because the device is not working. So he's currently, I received an email from Lifesaver. He's currently on lockout.
Okay, so what we're gonna do, Mr. Lopez, is so that we can avoid any of these problems or confusions, I'm going to switch your client out to a mobile device. Ms.
Yes, Your Honor.
Castaneda, please let him know that he's going to be switched to a mobile device.
Mr. González, le van a cambiar su dispositivo para un dispositivo móvil.
Okay.
And that he needs to stay on so he can speak to Ms. Soto as to how to go about getting the interlock uninstalled and being placed on the mobile device.
Y necesita quedarse en la cámara porque va usted a hablar con la señorita Soto de cómo quitarlo del dispositivo del mueble y para cambiarlo para un móvil.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so then how much time do you need, Mr. Lopez, to decide which route is best for Mr. Gonzalez to take?
Judge, I'm asking 45 to 60 days, Your Honor.
Okay. We can go to August the 17th or September 2nd.
September 2nd, Judge.
Okay. So then we'll come back on September the 2nd at 9:30, at which time before then, either have that motion to suppress filed, or I need to know what direction we're going on this because it's a pretty old case.
Yes, Your Honor. We'll be prepared.
Okay. All right. Okay. You may be excused, Mr. Lopez, if we don't have anything else. If not, Mr. Gonzalez does have to stay on.
Thank you, Judge. You have a good day.
Thank you. Okay, Attorney Edna Cedillo.
Judge, good morning. I'm here on Yadira Lopez. She's on Alma Yadira Lopez, Judge. And I apologize.
Okay, Ms. Lopez, can you please, there you go.
Hi.
Okay, good morning, Ms. Cedillo, and what is your announcement?
We have two announcements, Your Honor. The court had previously asked Ms. Lopez to inquire as to the status of her interlock. She does not currently have a vehicle, Your Honor, and so in speaking to the company, they've advised her that as long as the order is switched to maybe a portable, that she can make that switch, Judge, and I think that was the court's concern. So she is working on that. She understands she needs to continue payment with the company, but she's not behind and they'll be willing to make that switch for her.
Okay, any announcement from the state?
Just Judge, the defendant's still in lockout on that one. the defense counsel said that you ordered to inquire how much she owes, and an ASI screening was done, and she was recommended for outpatient, and she's scheduled for SATF screening on today, Judge.
That's correct, Your Honor. She has a screening done as part of the probation recommendation. It's to complete whatever.
Mr. Leo, hold on. Mr. Walls, wake up or turn off your camera until it's time for you to be called, and you can go ahead and take a nap in the meantime, but not on camera, okay? Okay, go on, Mr. Leo.
Your Honor, the state has tendered a recommendation. I've spoken to Ms. Lopez about it. She is in agreement to it. And as part of that recommendation, Judge, she is to comply with any screenings, in particular an outpatient. We do not know the results of that, Judge. At least I don't yet. But my client understands and believe is in communication with probation and working through those.
She is recommended for outpatient, Judge.
Okay, so she's recommended for outpatient. So what are we gonna do next?
Next is the SATF screening today, Judge.
And when is her screening?
Today, Judge.
Okay. So what time is your appointment at, Ms. Lopez?
It's at 2, 3 p.m. ma'am. I don't have the card appointment with me at the time, but it's in the afternoon.
Okay. So Ms. Soto, were you gonna announce anything?
Yes, Judge. Just to advise you, the screenings for SATF are at 1 o'clock. So she needs to be there at 1 o'clock. Also, I did speak to her yesterday, and she did say that she had called the company. I did advise you, Judge, to first install, get the mobile device, and then we can submit the removal order for the interlock.
Okay.
So I told her that yesterday, so we're supposed to get that done.
Okay. So they told her that they needed the order. Look, I'm going to acknowledge when a defendant is trying. And as I can see, Ms. Lopez is trying. Ms. Lopez even looks different from the first time that she came before the court. She was one of the very first cases that I had come before me. The last time that she was here, you know, Ms. Lopez, I do know that you're trying for your kids. And you look different, you look healthier. You look like you're doing something better for yourself. And I understand you have a lot of hoops that you're going to have to jump through. So look, be at your appointment at 1 o'clock today. Ms. Soto says that it's at 1. It's not at 2 and it's not at 3. So don't mess up on the time and everything that you've done before. Unfortunately, you mess up one time and then it makes everything good that you've done in the past kind of seem insignificant. Okay, so make sure that you go in at 1. And I'm gonna go ahead and follow that recommendation where I'm gonna remove you from the interlock device and I'll place you on the mobile device, okay? So that should be a lot easier for you. You'll have it with you. Now, the last time that you were here, you were gonna start looking for a job. Have you found a job yet?
Currently not yet, ma'am, but I'm currently helping my brother taking care of his kids, and he's helping me out with whatever I need for now while I get a job.
Okay, so I'm pretty sure that I ordered you to see the employment specialist, Ms. Trejo, but if I didn't, then I'm ordering you to talk to the employment specialist, Ms. Trejo, because I need you to be on a job that reports, okay?
Yes.
Okay, so Ms. Soto, can you please give her that phone number, ma'am?
Ms. Trejo's phone number is 956-587-6000. And I do know, Judge, that Ms. Trejo did email her some employment leads yesterday.
Perfect. Please review that email, Ms. Lopez. And I need you to start seriously looking at those jobs so that you can start working, okay? Okay, so we'll switch her out from the interlock device to the mobile device, and she'll look into employment. And how much time do we need for the next status, Ms. Edillo? Because I don't think we'll be.
I don't think we need a status. I think it would be a plea. I've spoken to Ms. Lopez about the plea offer and she's willing to accept. The only thing that I would like an opportunity to discuss with her is that the results of the outpatient, if they are for SATF, I need to discuss exactly what that is with her because I don't know that she knows the demands that will require, Judge.
Yes. Okay, so then how much time do you want to discuss that with her and I can set you on the plea docket?
Junior, salte para trátalo.
No more than 2 weeks, Judge.
Okay, so I have only July 1st or July 22nd?
July,
Because July 1st is only a week.
I think July 22nd, Judge, but I'm gonna be out a few days. Let me just verify that that's not when.
Okay, go ahead.
Judge, I'll be available July 22nd.
Okay, July 22nd at 1:30, and hopefully that'll be for the disposition.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay, and this is also on the CR 20-06233-I, correct?
Yes, Judge, that's correct.
Okay, so you'll come back on both on July 22nd at 9:30.
That's correct, Your Honor. Your Honor, there's already an outstanding order for one of the two cases for the interlock. I would just ask the court that the order changing it be on that same, so we don't have conflicting orders and she doesn't have any issue.
Okay, that's so noted, and we'll go ahead and do that.
Thank you, Judge. No, having no further business before the court, may I be excused?
You certainly may. Ms. Lopez, can we have a current phone number, please?
Yes, ma'am. Area code 830-498-1222.
But are you currently residing in Hidalgo County?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, all right. Okay, then we'll see you on July 22nd at 1:30.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Attorney Lily Gutierrez?
Good morning, Your Honor. I represent Mr. Alexander Contreras Jr. He's the Galaxy S10.
Okay, Mr. Contreras, can you please put your camera on? Okay, and what is your announcement, counselor?
Your Honor, he has numbers 6, 7, 8, and 9 on the docket. We're still reviewing discovery. If we can get a short reset, Your Honor, about 30 days.
Okay. Any announcement from the state?
No, Your Honor, a recommendation has been sent out if defense counsel would like paperwork just to advise us.
Okay, Ms. Gutierrez, do you want to be set on the plea docket, or are you asking for another status?
I would like another status. Once I discuss the discovery with my client, then at that point, if it changes to a plea, then I'll advise the court and I'll request the plea paperwork.
Okay, so we'll go ahead and put you for July 22nd at 9:30. And if he does decide to plea, we can switch you to the 1:30 docket.
Thank you, Your Honor. I have no further business before this honorable court. Can Mr. Contreras and I be excused?
You certainly may.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you. Attorney Eric Flores?
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning, sir.
I have the state of Texas versus Juan Mondragon this morning, Your Honor.
Okay, and is Mr. Mondragon on the screen?
I believe he is. This is number 17 on your docket.
Okay, Mr. Mondragon, can you please remove the sunglasses off your head?
This is just a status, Your Honor.
Okay, so that is CR 18-15405-I, CR 19-15623-I, the state of Texas versus Juan Mondragon. And what is your announcement, counselor?
Your Honor, I am pending receiving, or not receiving, but sitting down with Mr. Mondragon to go over the offers. I believe one of the ADA sent over, Your Honor. And I think the primary purpose for this status was to review if he was going to have any missed tests, Your Honor.
Yes.
The court
Okay.
had ordered that previously.
And Ms. Soto, what is the updated report on Mr. Mondragon?
Judge, the updated report after his last court hearing, he had 2 late tests and 8 missed tests.
Okay. And this will be a second admonishment, is that correct?
That is correct.
That is correct, Your Honor.
If I could say something,
Only with the permission of your attorney.
could I say something, sir?
Juan, I would caution you saying anything before the court. I'll speak to you after if you have to say something.
The only thing I'm gonna
Okay.
ask you is those missed tests, what are you having issues with the time frame, or what's the problem? Because I made it very clear that if you continue
ma'am.
to miss tests, that I was going to revoke your bond.
Yes, ma'am. I actually have messages with the guys from Silversense, ma'am. I had broken the device by accident, and I had spoken that same day. I had spoken to Mr. Derek, I think was his name. I have messages right here, with evidence that I was actually texting him and everything, where I advised him that I was having problems with it and I had broke it. So that same day in the afternoon, I got the device after I got out of work. So those were the 8 tests that I came out wrong.
Judge, his missed tests are from June the 5th to June the 7th, Judge.
Yes, ma'am. You see?
Okay, so you didn't go in the same day.
No, I had broke it, and I was trying to. It's because they asked you for $100 payment to renew it, and I didn't have the money at the time. And I had let Mr. Derek or his name know, and he's like, "Well, we can provide it for you, but you have to provide the funds." And I said, "But I don't have the funds available, and I need it for the court." And I have the messages there where I told her that I needed it for you, and he's like, "Okay, well, we can try to work something out." And that's when it took the 2 days to get it done. But
Okay.
other than that, I haven't missed no test.
This is why your attorney said not to talk. So, because you already contradicted yourself more than once, and the money is not for me. It is for your fees to the county, not to me and the courts. Look, now I don't want any more excuses. So now you have a new device. Don't break it.
Yes, ma'am.
Miss any test.
No, ma'am.
Do you have a problem with the hours that you're required to test?
No, ma'am.
Okay. This is going to be your final opportunity, Mr. Mondragon. If the next time you come before me, you have any violations, I will make arrangements with your attorney to have you be brought in. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, Mr. Flores, how much time do you need?
Your Honor, a 14-day reset should be enough to set up a virtual conference with Mr. Mondragon to go over the plea paperwork and tell him what he's looking at, Your Honor.
The earliest I have is July the 22nd, sir. And would you want a second? Are we doing a status or are we doing a plea?
I'm confident that it will be a plea, Your Honor.
Okay. So July 22nd at 1:30, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor. Be excused.
You certainly may. Mr. Mondragon, what's your phone number before I release you?
956-400-8508.
8508?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, Ms. Soto, do you need anything else from him?
No, Judge.
Okay. All right. So you both may be excused.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Yes. Okay. Attorney Sergio Munoz Jr.
Judge, good morning. I have number 25 on the docket, Your Honor, Christopher Walls.
Okay, sir.
Judge, I know that the court set us for a status conference, Your Honor. I have received the discovery. I know previously we had filed our waiver. I'm just going to work with the state to see what the recommendation would be, if any, and I could convey that to Mr. Walls and then try to see what we can do to resolve it.
Okay. Any additional announcement from the state?
Yes, Judge. Defendant is PT eligible.
Okay.
I'll go ahead and discuss that with him as well, Judge.
Okay. So then what we'll do is, how much time do you need, Mr. Munoz?
Just a short reset is fine, Judge, just so I can confer with him, and if it does take the PTD route, I can go ahead and have that done.
Okay. So the earliest I have is July the 22nd, because I think July 1st would be too fast.
That's fine, Judge.
Okay. So we'll do July the 22nd at 9:30. Okay.
All right, thank you, Judge. Maybe both of us be excused, Your Honor.
You both may be excused. Okay.
Thank you. Have a
Mr.
good day.
Walls. Okay. Okay. So we did not have Mr. Coronado show up. So right now, the ones I have that didn't show up were number 1 and 2, same defendant. Number 10, unless they called in.
Number 10 is, I'm sorry, Judge, I was reading.
Number 10, Judge, was reset to August the 5th to match his companion case.
Okay, and that's at 9:30?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and number 16?
Is that Mr. Efrain Martinez, Your Honor?
Yes, ma'am.
Judge, I believe that Mr. Ortegon spoke to Ms. Castañeda.
Yes, ma'am. He did tell me that he was the attorney previously to Mr. Martinez, that he was not the attorney for this case.
Okay, so what do you mean previously? Previously on another case or previous?
He told me, all he said is that he was his previous attorney.
Okay, so has a motion for substitution, withdrawal, anything been filed on this?
No, ma'am.
I didn't see anything on his case.
Okay. So was Mr. Ortegon appointed or retained?
He was retained, Your Honor. He pled out Mr. Martinez to PTD. He was placed on April the 28th, Your Honor, of this year.
Okay, so I see what he's saying, that he was his attorney up to the placement of the PTD, and then I'm guessing now he's no longer the attorney, so. Okay, so Mr. Efrain Martinez, did he receive notice of today's hearing?
We usually just send notice, Your Honor, through the attorney, but the attorney let us know this morning that he was not his attorney anymore. I'm not sure if Connie has any information on being in contact with him.
Let's just reset him to July the 22nd at 9:30, and let's go ahead and send it directly to the defendant.
Connie, if you could get me his email, or if you'd like to notify him.
I will send it to you.
Thank you.
Okay, and on number 23?
Number 23. I haven't had any, I'm not sure if anybody spoke to somebody from the public defender's office.
Not since the day before last, but nothing on this case.
Okay, so then number 23 is missing. Okay, so Mr. Damian, please call out the defendant's names.
Yes, ma'am. Ricardo Corona Jr., Ricardo Corona, Ricardo Corona.
Okay, with the defendant's names being called out 3 times and no response, what does the state say from these no-show defendants?
State requests that a judgment not shall be granted if he can issue help on forfeit or just no show defense.
Okay, that'll be so granted. Okay, I believe that concludes today's docket.
Judge, on the public defender's case with Arnulfo Rodriguez, did you want me to call him out?
Well, they're not, it's not like them not to be on, and Mr. Rodriguez is not on. So if you want to call him, you can let them know. But for now, I'm going to let the nice side stand. And if they want to, they can call us and we can remove it properly.
Judge, and just for the record, Judge, he did have alcohol violations on his mobile device. Mr. Arnulfo Rodriguez.
I saw that. Okay, let me go ahead and put you in a breakout room, Ms. Soto, with Mr. Gonzalez so that you can. Ms. Castaneda, please let Mr. Gonzalez know that he's going to receive a message on his screen, and if he can please accept it.
Mr. González, va a recibir una invitación en su teléfono, por favor, acéptela.
Okay, we will be temporarily excused. Okay, Ms. Soto, I'll just let Ms. Flores get back on. Okay,
Okay, Judge, I provided him with information for the mobile device and I'm gonna email him the vendor list today.
okay. All right, anything else before we conclude this morning's docket?